Billionaires from emerging countries appear in the headlines more often than their low-profile European counterparts. But no story is as impressive as Eike Batista's, a man who lost 99.6% of his fortune in only 16 months. A tycoon that pulverized $34 billion in under a year and a half. An industrialist who rubbed shoulders with presidents and ministers, but now lives among dangerous criminals. Rewind to the golden years. In 1981, 25-year-old Eike took a $500,000 loan and created Moram, a gold-dealing company based on Amazonian mining activities. There are rumors he used his father's expertise. He served as Minister of Energy and Mining Affairs in the Brazilian government. In less than 2 years, Eike made a $6 million profit. The quick expansion of the Amazonian business attracted interest from other countries, and in 1983, Eike associated with the Canadian company TVX Gold. 2 years later he became the CEO of the same organization, already listed on the Canadian Stock Exchange. At just 29 years old, he had built the stage he needed to showcase his extraordinary ability to impress investors. And Eike liked having the stage to himself. The Groupox in 1998, Eike created the first of a series of companies that would later form his mammoth conglomerate, AMX, a water sewage treating company, founded after buying the structure of an older firm. The next enterprises Eike founded were NPX, MMX, OX, LLX, REX, OSX, and SIX. The IPO Frenzy. Using his Matthew McConaughey tone of voice, his Hollywood-worthy appearance, impressive business plans and his Midas touch, Eike drew in investors with ease. He even convinced people who had never invested in stocks to open accounts just to buy his shares. He mastered the use of press releases to notify the public with updates about his drilling companies finding new oil fields, or his shipping companies signing new contracts. The Jato operation and a meteoric downfall. The prelude to Eike's downfall happened in March 2012 when his son Thor ran over a cyclist while driving a McLaren SLR. In the same year, investors grew impatient with his group's performance. MPX was accumulating debts and losses. Eike needed to resort to selling assets from some of the companies to cover the losses in others. But a few months later came a bomb he couldn't handle. Ox's oil fields were of such poor quality that extraction wasn't worthwhile. His fortune dropped almost $7 billion in a single day. From then on, it was a constant and steep downhill journey. The last nail in the coffin was the Jato operation. If you already watched the Netflix series The Mechanism, you know that this was the investigation that jailed the Brazilian former President Lula and the Rio de Janeiro state governor Sergio Cabral. The investigators discovered Eike was one of the magnates who had benefited from bribing politicians. The Brazilian justice system is painfully slowed. Only in 2017 did the court issue an arrest sentence against Eike Batista. But they could not find him. In January 2017, Eike Batista started to serve his jail sentence at the Bangu Penitentiary Complex, a habitat of thousands of common criminals, ranging from shoplifters to psychopathic drug lords. It was the end of the Brazilian Midas, but the desperate cries from the small investors who were lured by him and his media coverage can still be heard. And that's how